Welcome back to News Geelong on this Friday evening. The Victorian men's and women's open golf titles will again be held at the 13th Beach Nick Faldo designed double golf courses in February of 2014. This is a unique type of event for all golf followers. There's News Geelong with Ian Caddy Nichols joining Geelong celebrities at the official launch of this year's event.
We're here at the Grovedale Hotel for the launch of the 2014 Oates Vic Open Golf Championship. And I have the trophies right alongside me to prove it. It's going to be a fantastic event again with some special guest artists. But more importantly, this is the men's trophy and the women's plate, currently held by Stacey Keating from Cressy, just north of Geelong. But more importantly, the Minister for Sport, Hugh Delahunty, was here today, very excited about the event.
Well, today is a countdown for what will be a fantastic event at 13th Beach. It'll kick off on the 20th of February. We've got some superstar golfers coming down there with Richard Green and Laura Davies, some of the world champions playing there, but also Stacey Keating, who had an enormous following there last year, who won the event. Matt Giles, there'll be a lot of super golfers there. We've had a really great month of golf in Australia, and it's a new format. It's a concept we come up with 2 years ago, or this will be the third season, where the men's and women's play together. So coming down the fairways, you'll see men followed by women, then men, and it's a great way of looking at golf, and you'll see some real superstar golfers. It'll inspire other people to take up this great game of golf, but also put an economic value to this. There's a lot of people coming down here to spend $1 in the Bellarine Peninsula and with the city of Greater Geelong.
What sort of golfer are you, Neil?
Very poor, unfortunately, but I love the game, but I don't play it all that well.
Well, you said you've got crook knees. Is that part of the problem?
Well, yeah, for a while there I was playing off the back foot. I don't reckon that's a perfect spot for golf.
Well, you love your sport. Do you get to do this sort of business breakfast, public speaking very often?
It does take up a bit of time, so not all that often, but for something like this, particularly promoting this, the open golf in Geelong, we thought it's something that we should get behind. The more events we have down here, the better off we'll all be, so more than happy to help.
A launch at the Grovedale Hotel, a little bit different?
Yeah, certainly a little bit different. Look, it's wonderful to support a sponsor of our event, but it's also a great opportunity to get the Geelong business community in. We've got a greater space here, and to be able to put breakfast on allowed us to invite not only our current sponsors and partners, but potential sponsors as well. So that was what the breakfast was all about.
At the launch of the 2014 Oates Vic Open Golf Championship, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian, and thank you to our Victorian Minister for Sport. The more people, more active, more often, Mr. Hugh Delahunty. 2013 was a tragic year for one of the greats of the Geelong Football Club and the Geelong community. Tim Bluey McGrath was diagnosed with lymphatic cancer. Bluey has had the support of thousands throughout Geelong and surrounds in his continued and determined fight. News Geelong with Tom King spoke with Tim for an exclusive update.
It's now been 6 months since former Geelong great Tim McGrath went public with his battle with cancer. We caught up with him not long after he announced he was battling stage 3 melanoma, and he's been good enough to give us his time once again here on News Geelong. Bluey, Happy New Year to you. Can you give us an update firstly on how things are tracking with your cancer fight?
To be brutally honest, I don't really know. This is the best I've felt in sort of 8 months, and on face value that all sounds good, which it is, but for probably the last 5 or 6 weeks I've sort of been off the treatment, had a lot of trouble with my blood again, and that has its own ramifications, with infections and things like that. So my oncologist said we'll take you off the treatment till middle of January, and we'll make some assessments from there. I've got another PET scan next week, and that sort of will determine a fair bit then.
So are you living your life in a bit of limbo at the moment?
Pretty much, yeah. That's the right word for it. So whether people like it or not, I've sort of gone to the stage where I'm past worrying about it. Just trying to, although normal will never be normal again, but you've got to live, the best you can and do what you can while you can, and just wait and see what happens.
I asked you this question as part of Carrick football, I think, around the final against Fremantle. You weren't working with us that day, but you came on, and I asked you about the mental battle of battling cancer. At that stage, you were only a couple of months in. What's the mental fight like now that you're 6.5 months diagnosed?
Yeah, look, it's different. The mental side of it when you have the treatment is pretty tough. Because it knocks you around so much, you don't think normally like you would, obviously, and now that's changed a little bit because I'm waiting and not knowing what's going on. I feel great and all those sort of things, but you don't really know what goes on inside. And talking to the oncologist, there's plenty of stories of people that they've felt well, and all of a sudden things come back and they grow. And as good as the scans and all those sort of things are, they can't predict what's going on inside there. They can't see until they actually see the scan. So that bit's been hard, I must admit. Well, I've tried to sort of put it at the back of my mind and get on with things and try and do as normal things as possible, but it's always there.
Thank you, Tom and Tim. And Bluey, continue the good fight back. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with the world of sport. And yes, he's back, Alex Tigani, and weather after this.